Look at this kid. What is this, 2 weeks now? Washing dishes by yourself? Doing a great job. Everyone else is in here playing. Doing a good job, Joey. Did your chores too? Good work. Malachi's still not pulling his weight. I woke up too late today, so I'm trying to catch up. My wife did a workout, everything before I even got out of bed. I did manage to do the chickens. They're all the way up here. We're trying to get everything done so that we can go outside today. You want to go outside?
Yes.
Yes. Girls have to finish school, and then I'm going to try to finish a video, get some reading done, and then we'll be ready to rock. All right, got the last video done. It is rendering now. Kids fighting as usual. Also realizing I'm wearing the same clothes. I promise that was like 2 weeks ago. These have been washed since then. What? Are you finishing school?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what are you learning?
Chickens.
They're chickens? What did you say? What's your chicken fact of the day?
23 billion chickens in the world.
There's 23 billion chickens?
Mm-hmm.
That's like 3 for every person. So we have more than our fair share at our house, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Good job. The girls have to give a report for school, so they're giving their report to me. Joey's learning about chickens. Abby chose to do a report on Easter, so we'll see how that goes. They're finishing their research today. That's what's going on. Little homestead lunch. Got my first ever sourdough bread. Turned out really good. You like it, Joey? Need some help with your water over there? Gross. What's your name?
Abby.
And what are you doing your report on today?
Easter.
Easter, okay. A little closer. Okay.
Okay.
Not that close. Just stand up straight.
This one?
All right. Very good job. Can we cheer for Abby?
Yay!
Kindergarten and first grade research reports. That's the first time I've ever done anything like that, so pretty cool. With that, time to be outside for the rest of the day. Just a beautiful, beautiful day. We've needed it. Starting the day with getting the dandelions out of the garden. I'm not sure that I've ever seen a more prolific year for dandelions, and I actually like them in the yard. More about that in a minute. But I don't want them in here, so all these got to come out. Chickens love all the weeds that we have, so we give them to them from the garden, but it's interesting to watch over time. Dandelions were pretty much enemy number one for several decades, and now people are realizing that dandelions are bees' first food, but not only that, that dandelions are extraordinarily edible. So the whole dandelion is edible. The heads are actually really good if you can catch a good one, a clean one obviously. You don't want one that's been sprayed, and you don't want one that's growing where your dog goes to the bathroom every morning, but this is just fine. The leaves also are edible, although they're fairly bitter, so if you like bitter things, then they're totally okay. And the roots I've never actually had before, but it's rumored that you can roast these and grind them up, and you can actually make a coffee substitute with it. One of nature's perfect plants, and we call it a weed. And so you can just totally go for it. Like, these are good. Just fine to eat right out of the yard. And if you want a delicacy, you can fry these up. I didn't really know that, but my friend Kevin, he gave them to me one time. Fried dandelion heads. Man, they're amazing. Eating them raw is a little bit bitter, but when you fry them, it takes the bitterness out of it. So, and it's acquired taste, certainly, but hey, food is food. I got other kids that like to eat stuff out of the yard too. This is my little chef. There's a couple other really good edible weeds that you almost certainly have in your yard. This one here is called chickweed because chickens absolutely love it. These are found just about everywhere, and they are legitimately delicious, especially this time of year. These come really early in the spring, one of the very first plants to show up on your property, probably. And I don't know, let's do a taste test, Joanna. What do you think?
Good.
I think they're really good. So this is just a really fresh, almost like a lettuce flavor. She's going for more. These ones, I can't remember exactly what they're called. I want to say it's like lamb's quarter or something like that. Has almost like a minty taste to it. Very good. I really enjoy it.
I do not like it.
You don't like that one? I actually heard a story of old Pittsburgh when the Italian immigrants first came to Pittsburgh. They didn't have grapes established at all, and so they went across the entire city and they said you couldn't find a single dandelion in all of Pittsburgh because they were using them for salad and they were using them to make wine. And so just an interesting Pittsburgh history tidbit. And obviously I don't think we're in a real dire situation as a nation right now, but if the situation would get vastly worse, at least you know 3 things that you could eat in the spring if it really came down to it. Or maybe you go out and try them and you really like it now. Who knows? Okay, enough about weeds. Abby and I are gonna try to plant these asparagus and then we're gonna have dinner. I do need to try the fried dandelions though. I gotta try that myself because when Kevin made them for me, they were legit, like really good. And I really want to try the dandelion coffee too, because if it's any good, I'm grossly addicted to coffee, and if I could find something that could replace it, even come close to replacing it, and not have the caffeine addiction, I'd do that all day long. Hey, you've been trying to catch a chicken on your own for a long time. You got one. Good job. She's a big one too. Well, we got all our asparagus planted in here. There were, let's see, 23 asparagus plants we have planted. The chickens are digging through it. They're going to fertilize, and we're going to mulch it. Okay, finished dinner. We didn't eat dandelions, but yeah, back to it. What are you guys doing with the walkie-talkies?
Well, we're gonna go look for Lily's bow.
Oh, you got a headband? That you're going to try to find that? Okay. All right. Go ahead, explorers. Okay, got that all mulched. Also moved the fence and kind of claimed this area for the garden so the chickens won't be digging in there anymore. I've learned that lesson the hard way, one too many times. My main camera actually died while I was working, so I filmed some of the other stuff that I did. I split comfrey, which is one of our amazing plants here that we're trying to multiply greatly. You can see that's like a big one, and then this was the same size. Cut it in half. And then that half, just from 2 plants, 2 halves of a plant turned into 16 splits. And so I'm trying to create as many of those as possible around the property. That goes back to what we were talking about a couple videos ago, that I'm using this as a test bed. Hopefully someday we'll be able to have the community garden in Kittanning, and a lot of the things that I'm testing out here, we'll know whether they work really well in our area, and we'll be able to use it then. So planting comfrey all around the garden to try to keep down weed pressure, and then also to reduce my need for mulch, because comfrey, you can tear the leaves off several times a year, and it's actually really nutrient rich mulch that can go in the garden and not just keep weeds away, but also feed the plants. It's another plant that's considered a weed in many areas of the world because it's so difficult to get rid of. But as long as you're putting it in the places that you want it, it's one of the most wonderful plants available. Mckean and I also dug out a big hole that was near the house. A lot of water like starting to drip into our foundation, so needed to take care of that, and that was pretty much my day. I'm not sure what the grand lesson is from today, but I think it's probably something along the lines of God doesn't make wasteful things. There's a lot of weeds that we look at around. There's a lot of things in our life that we don't think that could possibly be useful for anything good. But there's a good use for everything. So we just have to look for it. We got to change our perspective a little bit and stay positive and seek the good in everything. That's it for this one, you guys. I really appreciate every single one of you. I know this quarantine time has been difficult on many of us, but we are getting through it. I think we're coming to an end, and we're going to begin to reopen and get back to everything that God has called us to. So stay patient, stay positive, stay healthy, my friends. See you in the next one. Who's that on there?
Mckean.
Mckean. He's a pretty cute boy, huh?
Yes.
Is that fun riding in the wheelbarrow?
Yes. Can I get some more?
Gonna get some more wood chips?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I saw. That's the Mckean.
You see Mckean?
Whoa.
Whoa.
To my phone.
Whoa! You fell! You fell! Are you okay? Okay.